Okay, for this average velocity problem, of course, if you haven't already attempted this problem, you should do that before you watch the video. I'm going to start by splitting this up into two parts. There's the first part where the driver drives at a constant speed of 77, and then the second part, which is the rest stop, and then we'll look at the total trip as well. So, for that first part, we don't know the displacement. The average velocity is 77, and we don't know the time. And then for the second part, you're at rest, so there's no moving, and there's no velocity. And the time is 12-minute rest stop, so that's 0.20 hours. And then we're going to consider the total motion, which is that we don't know the displacement, but we do know the total average velocity is 68 miles per hour. And then we don't know the total time. Alright, so for part 1 we have the equation delta x1 is equal to v1 t1, but we can't solve that because we don't have enough information. We just have that delta x1 is equal to 77 t1. I didn't really guess much. Delta x2 is equal to v2 t2. That didn't really get us much either. That just gets us 0 equals 0. Delta x2 equals 0, I guess. And then for part 3, we've got delta x total is v total t total. But another way to write that is that v total, which is 68, is equal to delta x total over t total, which is the sum of the two displacements divided by the sum of the two times. Well, now we can do something with this. I can say that, well, 68 is equal to 77 t1 plus t2, or plus 0, right? Because that's delta x1 and delta x2. Delta x1 is 77 t1, delta x2 is 0. And then t1 plus t2, well, t2 up here is 0.2. Well, now I can solve that because I've got only one unknown, right, t1. So 68, if I cross multiply, I get that. And if you go through and do the algebra to solve that, you get that, let's see, 68 t1 plus 13.6 is equal to 77 t1, so 13.6. So 9 t1, and that lets me solve for t1 being 1.51 hours. Well, now everything else is going to fall into place very easily. We're looking for how much distance does the driver cover on the trip, so we're looking for delta x total, which is just delta x1. And now we know both v1 and t1. v1 is 77, t1 1.51, so it's 116.4 miles. Now, I need to round off to 2 sig figs in this. So there's my answer.